Hello everyone. So here is our next question. So we are given a code and here is our one function, and what we have to do, we have to tell the output of this C program, right? So the question is, we are given this function and the question is, when this function is called with this argument, that is 1, then what will be the output given by this function? Okay, so this code is something like, we have one variable I having the value 1, then we are comparing this n value with the 5. If it is true, then we are returning, otherwise we are doing n equal to n plus I and I plus plus, and after that we are saying return f of n. So this code seems to be like a recursive function, right? So because we are calling here this function inside its body only. Okay, so this is a recursive code. So you have to tell the correct options out of these given 4 options, 7, 6, 5, 1, which is the correct answer. I will run the timer and you can pause the video. You can read this question and you can find the answer first by yourself. And after that, we will see that what is the correct answer. So I hope you have got the answer. So the correct answer for this question is option C. So that means when we will call this function with the value 1, then this function will return 5. Okay. So let's see how we will get this answer. And before that, let's run this program into our IDE and see what is the output. So here is our code, and let's run this code and see what is the output. So see, we are getting the answer as 5. Okay. So now let's see why we are getting this answer and how we can understand this code. So here is our code. So to keep track of all the recursive functions or the recursive call, the compiler keep track of all these things with the help of activation records inside the stack. And stack is present inside your memory, right? So we will keep all the activation records inside this stack. And we also know that when the recursive calls are made, then actually the copies of the actual code are made with different parameters or the different argument. So let's see. So this n will be given 1, okay, because this function is originally called with the argument 1. So for the first time, f of 1 is called, okay. So what you can do, you can say, let's say from the main we are calling f of 1, right? That means this is called. So from here you can write f of 1, okay. This is like int of f of 1. Now this n is 1. So what we will do, we will keep n equal to 1. This n is a local variable of this call, okay. So now the first line is I equal to 1. So we will keep I equal to 1 also here. Now if n is greater than 5, we are returning n. Now if we analyze this code, then we can understand that if condition will be true only when n is greater than or equal to 5. That means whenever n value is like 5, 6 and so on, then this if will be true and we will be returning n. But if is lesser than 5, for example 0, 1, 2, 3 or any value lesser than 5, then we will be executing all these 3 lines, right? So on the same line, what we can do, currently n is 1, right? So that means this condition will not be true because 1 is not greater than or equal to 5. So we will come to this line. This line is saying add the value of I to the n and update this n. So that means here what will be the value of n now? So n will be, currently n is 1. So 1 plus what is the value of I? This is 1. So n will be 2 now. Okay. So what we can do, we can update n here, right? Now this is saying I plus plus. So I will be now 2, right? Now we are calling this function f again with what value? With n. And n is updated. N is now 2. It is not 1. So f of 2 will be called. Or you can say from here f of 2 was called. So you can make another copy f of 2, right? Okay. So again we will come to this code. You can see. Now int I equal to 1. Okay. Again I equal to 1. So here I will be 1 and n is 2. That means this 2. So again this if will be false and we will come to this line, and this line is again adding n and I. So it will be like n is 2, I is 1. So it will be 3, right? N is 3. So we are updating this and now we are incrementing this I also. I is 2. Now f of n is called, that means f of 3 will be called, right? So I will write f of 3 body here. Okay, so this is called, that means f of 3 is called from here. So this n is 3. Now when n is 3, I is 1, right? Again this will be false, and again add n and I. So this will be 3 plus 1, 4, and it will be 4. Okay, so now n will be 4, and I plus plus, what will be the value of I? I is always 1, and in each of the code it is just getting from 1 to 2. So I will be 2 now, right? So from here, now f of 4 will be called, right? So again f of 4 will be called, and in the same way again we will execute this code. So I will directly write the answer. So in this code again n was 4 plus 1, 5, and f of 5 was called, okay, and I was like 2. Okay, now f of 5 is called, right? So this will actually be our last recursive call. So you can see f of 5 is called, so you can see 5 is copied into this n. So f is now 5, n is now 5, and I will again be 1. Now this if condition will be true now, okay, because n is equal to 5, right? So we will come to this line and we will just return n. Okay, so from here we are returning n, and n is what? 5. So we will not execute these lines now. Okay, so we are just returning here with the value 5. So 5 will be coming here. Okay, and you can see after each f of n we have return. Okay, so here also it will be return, and after this also return and return. Okay, so 5 is coming here, again it will be returning 5. Okay, so this 5 will be going here, so this f of 4 is now replaced with 5. So again this will be returning 5, and 5 will be coming here. This is saying return 5, right? So 5 will be returned here, so it is saying return 5. Okay, so this f of 1 originally was called from the main function, right? So you can see that again 5 which was coming here, it will be returned to this main function. So this value was returned finally from your given recursive code. Okay, the same thing you can see here, that from here 5 was returned, then from here 5 returned, and so on. Finally 5 was returned to this main function. So I hope you have understood the solution. So before solving any recursive code, you should understand or analyze that code first, because recursion is itself a tedious thing to understand. So best thing is first take a big picture of that recursive code and then try to analyze and try to solve that question. What I mean to say, that in this code we analyze that this condition will be true only when n is greater than or equal to 5. Okay, and otherwise we will be executing this code. So this gives a good picture or good overview that how we can solve the recursion. Okay, so if you have any comment, query or suggestion, please write down into the comment box, and do not forget to like and share this video. So now let's move to the next question.